Okay, so I wanted to do a quick rant on the whole balloon saga, the Chinese balloon arc of American politics. Balloon was taken down just yesterday. You can see one, or is it two missiles heading right for the balloon? I don't know. This video is not great. Did one missile miss, or is that like
They just shot it.
fire two missiles? So yeah, apparently an F-22 shot it down off the coast of the Carolinas after it spent last week traversing the country. Chinese officials maintain that it was a weather balloon that it had entered U.S. airspace by accident. Yeah, totally, just a regular balloon, not a spy balloon, just a regular balloon. Believe me. Train derailment causes huge fire in Ohio. Damn, I'm in Ohio, L. So yes, it was a spy balloon. Um, I think it's safe to say that, right? Yeah, of course China is going to say, "Oh, of course." Oh, what? That? Oh, that balloon? No, that was totally just a regular balloon we had floating around. So we have the timeline here. Here we go. So Saturday, January 28th, the spy balloon such a controlled drift into American territory, entering Alaskan airspace near the Aleutian Islands. At first, it appears to trackers at the United States Northern Command to be just another one of China's light probes around the edges of America's defensive. So, this was detected. Um, yeah, the U.S. can detect like pretty much any aircraft that enters. Actually, I'm not sure, but I've heard this balloon is pretty big, right? And it's not trying to be stealthy. I mean, it's a balloon, right? It's very easy to ping on the radar. Right? Um, so it enters Alaskan airspace, and then it exits American territory and is over Canada. And it's carrying solar panels that powers propulsion and cameras and surveillance equipment. So this is not just like a little like party balloon, okay? This is like a whole ass thing. It's the balloon itself was like bigger than a car. I've heard it's because it was carrying all this stuff. I mean, this is like a long term. Uh, this is set for a long mission, so it had its own solar panels on it. Because it powers the solar panels power its propulsion. What was its propulsion? Was it just like one of those big propellers? Maybe. So the next day, it re-enters the U.S. over Idaho to the surprise of officials at Northern Command as well as the Pentagon. So yeah, it floating over Alaska and then into Canada could have been a mistake, right? It could have been just I mean, weather balloons are a thing, right? It is not very plausible that a weather balloon would travel like all the way from China to Alaska. Um, right? It is kind of weird. Maybe they have weather balloons over the ocean, but and they just lost control of it. So yes, the president asks for military options, including the immediate destruction of the aircraft. Mr. Biden also orders that no activities or sensitive unencrypted communications conducted of the balloon. Yeah, so of course they can see the balloon coming, right? So it's not exactly a stealthy approach. And people, yeah, made this point before. Like China has satellites, right? Everyone, America has satellites that can take very detailed images of what's on the ground, even like from orbit. People are saying like, oh, balloons can take better pictures because it's lower, it's within the atmosphere at least, right? So even with satellites, there was a movie where there were some terrorists were at a training facility and they were like, oh, checking the time, and oh, uh, this right now is when the satellite's passing overhead, so better get inside and hide all of the terrorist equipment that we have strewn about the yard, right? Or so satellite imagery. yeah, satellite imagery on its own is pretty advanced, and we can see actually because thanks to Donald Trump, one of the rare Trump W's, he leaked the satellite footage, and this was a big deal for multiple reasons. First of all, Trump, being the boomer that he is, does not know about metadata, as in you can look at a photo and find out when and where it was taken and by what kind of equipment it was taken on, by what camera. And yeah, this photo was a big deal because it is very detailed. You know, you can see like the individual like scaffolding pieces over here. You can see like the Arabic writing on this. This is a missile launch site. The damaged Safir mobile erector launch. Yeah, this is I think an Iranian site. So yeah, this is Trump's shadow is here. Yeah, so this is a big deal for multiple reasons. One being like, yeah, he just tweeted out. He was like, "Can I have this image on my phone?" And the poor military guy who he asked was like, "Oh, sure, you can have it, but just like don't leak it." And he's like, "Don't worry, I got this. I'm the president of the United States. I know what I'm doing." And he just tweets it out, just to brag about it, because you know, Trump is a showman more than anything else, right? It's all about like PR moves for him, and he's like bragging about like, yes, we struck this launch site. Look how fucked up it is. We fucked them up real good. Yeah, but of course it backfired because yeah, it was not just like the metadata that was the big deal. It was that this photo is very high quality, right? So it revealed what America and its advanced satellites are capable of. Of course, this satellite was at least several years old, at least like 2 decades old. So you know that America's newest satellites are even higher quality. And China, of course, everyone's keeping their tech secret. China probably doesn't have as good tech as we do, right? But they are still capable, I would imagine. Of course, this balloon was still of concern because it enters over Idaho, then makes its way to the skies above Billings, Montana, which alarmed Pentagon officials because the state is home to the 341st Missile Wing at Malmstrom Air Force Base, one of the 3 U.S. Air Force bases that operate and maintain intercontinental ballistic missiles. Kind of a big deal. Again, yeah, they say it's a blatant and poorly concealed effort at spying. Yeah, so again, like they can see it coming, right? They saw it coming from literally miles away, so they have plenty of time to like hide whatever might be there. And yeah, I don't know why they would do this when they could just use satellite images. Some people are saying they have stealth planes, but I don't think China would fly a stealth plane over the U.S. Yeah, it would get shot down. It would probably get shot down. Yeah, the risk is too great for that, because you don't know what's on that plane. They could be carrying bombs, or even just like special ops Chinese soldiers or something. That would not cool. Calls a meeting of military officials. Lee and Austin advised against shooting down the balloon, which has an undercarriage roughly the size of 3 buses. Wait, the undercarriage was roughly the size of 3 buses? Does that mean like the equipment that it was carrying? What was it carrying? I thought it was the balloon itself that was the size of 3 buses. but was the undercarriage. So this is like a blimp, like a tiny, small, kind of dirigible or something. So advise against shooting another balloon while it is over land because of the possibility of debris harming civilians and infrastructure. Yeah. So this was a big deal because the Republicans were freaking out about it. The conservatives were like, shoot down that Chinese balloon, brother. That's flying over my home. That's flying over my country. Hell no, we gotta shoot that shit down. We won't have any balloons flying over us. So, of course, the thing is, it's pretty easy to like jam signals, right? Not sure exactly how it works, but like shooting high energy like electromagnetic waves at this device prevents it from like sending out data. I don't know if they can prevent it from taking pictures, but they can prevent it from like sending the pictures back to Chinese high command or wherever their little relay site that they have allegedly. So this balloon posed no harm to anyone. It was not really good at spying. It was yeah, the blatant and poorly concealed efforts at spying. So yeah, I don't know what they were looking for. It does sort of seem like a mistake, right? It is plausible that this balloon was just like wildly off course and the Chinese just lost control of it, but it doesn't seem like that is the case. It seems like it was a spying device. U.S. officials conveyed to Chinese officials several times that the U.S. military might shoot down the spy balloon. Blinken tells a Chinese diplomat in Washington the evening that American government has the right to take any actions to protect. Of course it does. Republican lawmakers began criticizing Biden after news of the balloon spread for not taking harder action against the balloon and against China, and some demand that Mr. Blinken cancel the trip. And he did, right? Yeah, tensions with the Chinese are pretty high. They were pretty high before this, and yeah, Blinken was the Secretary of State was going to travel to China to, you know, just try to talk to him, try to like talk him down, be like, hey, China, I know you really want Taiwan, but you can't have it. And we're not going to say it's its own country, but it does have its own government and its own embassy and everything else that independent country has. So yeah, the trip was canceled because it seems like this spying attempt was yeah, kind of dumb. It's a big L for China, right? China is, of course, saying that America overreacted. America overreacted, but they are also taking steps to, like, I don't know, hold America accountable. It's very weird. Like, if it was just a balloon, if it was just a regular balloon that was totally not spying on us, then why are they upset that they shot it down? So weird. And there are reports of a second Chinese balloon traveling across Central America that is headed toward South America. They're sending balloons all over the place. What's going on? Foreign Ministry says the machine was a civilian weather balloon that has strayed very far off course and entered U.S. airspace by accident. Yeah, totally. Oh, whoops, we lost control of this balloon. Yep, and it's just going off. Goodbye. It's gone on its own journey now. It wants to see the world. This little balloon-chan wants to just travel. It's tired of seeing it the same old thing, right? It's tired of just floating over the ocean. Entered U.S. airspace by accident. Ends. Blinken says it's a clear violation of U.S. sovereignty and international. And So yeah. Then the Federal Aviation Administration temporarily pauses departures and arrivals at airports in Wilmington, North Carolina, and in Myrtle Beach and Charleston, South Carolina, which the agency said was meant to support the Department of Defense in a national security effort. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, one of two F-22 fighter jets from Langley Air Force Base fires a Sidewinder air-to-air missile downing the balloon, which was flying at an altitude between 60,000 and 65,000 feet. The military then starts recovery efforts. So apparently, some are joking that this is the F-22's first confirmed air-to-air kill, which I don't think is a joke. It could be true. Of course, you know, there's always a chance that there's some classified information out there. There's some secret special ops. I'm sure that there are dogfights happening just off the coast of America in international waters all the time, right? That is kept totally secret. Yeah, it's just Black Ops shit. Okay, but this is the first F-22 air-to-air kill. Not sure where else the F-22 was used. Probably air to grounds, but first air to air kill. Yeah, I'm sure it was an easy target to hit, right? So by the time it was shot down Saturday off the shore of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the Chinese spy balloon had traversed the country, bringing Americans out into the yards to squint at the sky, causing a diplomatic visit to be canceled and opening a political debate. Yeah, I'm not sure what debate is to be had here. They're criticizing Dark Brandon for, I don't know, not shooting down the balloon immediately, which yeah, I guess that's like the hard line stance, right? I guess our Republican would have shot it down, or I mean, we'll get to that. Apparently that's not the case. Apparently what a Republican would do was not shoot it down, but just like not alert the public, just keep it secret, just keep it under wraps, right? Because apparently that's what Donald Trump did. Apparently there were 3 Chinese spy balloons hovering over the United States during Trump's presidency, but he just kept it secret. I don't know if he like didn't shoot it down at all, right? It's possible. Realistically, what happened probably was Trump just didn't care, right? He was like, oh, there's a balloon, whatever, not a big deal, don't care. Call me when you got some interesting stuff to tell me. Actually, interesting is too big of a word for me. He's like, call me when you got something cool to tell me. A balloon, call me when there's a helicopter, call me when there's a stealth fighter pilot. That would be much that would really capture my attention. Yeah, I mean, that's like what he did with COVID. It's like, it's no big deal, don't worry about it. Right? Yeah, I'd imagine like George W. Bush might have ordered it to be shot down, but anyways. So yeah, I'm not sure why conservatives are like so upset about this, like all up in a tizzy. Because yes, the U.S. blocked the Chinese balloon from gathering intel while it was over lands, and used time to gather intel on the balloon itself. And you know, they shot it down over the ocean, and there were recovery efforts being made. Right? I would imagine it's there's more to recover if it fell over the ocean. I understand like falling 60,000 feet is still going to cause a lot of damage even if it lands in the ocean, but probably there's slightly less damage, at least, right? Probably. So the US shot down the balloon where no Americans could be harmed. Of course, I wouldn't, even if it fell on like some trees or something, I would not like that, because I love trees. Trees are important, right? Trees are our friends. And yeah, could have It could have caused like property damage or something. So mission accomplished. Dark Brandon is winning. Dark Brandon strikes again. Dark Brandon shooting down the balloon with himself with his own laser eyes, right? Bzzz. Yeah. So yeah, it seems like conservatives will just use any excuse that they can to like shit on Biden, because of course they will. I mean, that's just politics, right? I mean, I'm sure Trump got a bad rap for some things. I mean, I don't like Trump, okay? But the media has been very unfair to me. They never treated someone so unfairly. But yeah, the Trump derangement syndrome genuinely like was a thing, right? Like I'm not like crazy for saying that. Like yeah, a lot of liberals just like blamed Trump for like even things that he should not be blamed for. Yeah, he did like handle COVID very poorly, but I think COVID was gonna happen one way or another. Yeah, he could have like possibly he could have had like half the deaths or less in total if he handled it well, but there were still going to be deaths, right? There was still going to be bad stuff happen, right? Yeah, the people have the tendency to like blame politicians or blame the president in particular for bad stuff that happens, but it's like, hey, shit happens, right? Nobody's in control of it. There isn't some Illuminati conducting every single event in world history. But yeah, the right wing is going to criticize Biden harshest terms no matter what. So yeah, apparently flew over the US 3 times during Trump's presidency. It did nothing. Wait, we learned it flew? Or China is it? It would be impressive if it was the same balloon. Time. Yeah. Biden is weak and won't blow it up. The funniest thing was like I think Don Jr. tweeted like, yeah, if our balloon that balloon flies over our airspace, MAGA country's shooting that shit down. Or like MAGA should the MAGA crowd should shoot their weapons into the sky just to cleanse the sky of any balloons. And it's like, okay, dude, yeah, clearly just virtue signaling. Like, hell yeah, we got the guns, we love our guns, etc. That's the funniest kind of virtue signaling, because it's like or the funniest way of like triggering the libs, because it's like you're just wasting your own money, and like the libs don't even know that they're owns. Like when they were posting about like destroying their own like Nike clothing, and it's like, or their own Keurig machines, right? It's like, okay, you're just destroying your own property that you already bought and paid for. And like if you're just shooting your weapons into the sky, yeah, you're wasting bullets. And apparently bullets are expensive now. Actually, they were. Maybe the price has gone down, right? But ever since the last Civil War scare happened, 2021 was it? It is claimed they did not enter U.S. airspace. Yeah, apparently that's fake news now. Apparently it's just coming out now, right? They're like, it's curious that this is just coming out now. It must be fake news to counter our criticism of Joe Brandon. The Pentagon didn't tell Trump's people about the balloons. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pentagon was like, yeah, we don't have to involve Trump in this, right? We don't have to. That's a good point. He probably should have read those daily security briefings that he never ever read. What? Yes. So what does that say about Trump? They didn't trust him enough to tell me that. Well, that's the thing, like, it could be that, like, they were afraid Trump is a Russian asset. That's probably not the case. the case probably is that like they thought Trump was a dumbass, and they were like, yeah, we don't have to, don't tell him about this because he's gonna make a whole big deal out of this. He's gonna like, maybe if he did hear about it, he would have been like, yeah, shoot that shit down. I ain't gonna have some Chinese balloons flying over my country. No, no siree, shoot it down right now. And then it probably would have like killed someone, and he would have been like, the small price to pay for a balloon-free sky, am I right, folks? And they would have agreed with him. Yeah, he would have like tweeted about it. He would have just he would have tweeted up a storm about it. About how our woke generals are too weak to shoot down a single balloon. Oh wow, there are like Trump people in the replies. Complete fabrication, is it? Cult leaders. Forbes.com says yes, Chinese spy balloons flew over the US. There's literally no proof. Where's the proof? Apparently it's from the Pentagon, right? Yeah, I don't know why like it's coming out now. Maybe this is just to counter the criticisms that are happening now. Or they're saying like, hey guys, this has happened before, and we've done the same thing before, right? Not a big deal. Again, yeah, a lot of this is just like taking the government's word for things, right? A lot of this, I mean, there is no other source of information other than the government themselves, right? So I guess this comes down to like, do you trust the government or do you not trust the government? And you know, of course, the right wing, the MAGA crowd, doesn't trust the government because they don't control it currently, right? Because it's Joe Brandon, the fake president, who's in the Oval Office, right? Yeah. So that's what all this is about. Right. If it's a Republican president saying this, you know, they would have eaten it up. You know, they would have. Yeah, the political polarization is a thing, and yeah, it's a thing on both sides, but it's far worse, I think, on the right side of things, right? I mean, you know, on the right wing politically side of things, right? Because like liberals have their issues, right? Liberals are bad too, but like they do not come close to like the hyper giga copium that these Trumpers are huffing constantly. Dark Brandon shut down the Chinese spy balloon once it could be done safely without endangering. Oh, yes. Yeah, probably they're still upset about Trump losing. They still are huffing copium about the election being stolen. They're like, yeah, we hate Biden, that election stealer. So yeah, they're just finding reasons to be angry, right? Like a lot of people do. They're like finding reasons to like, because like their anger is irrational, unjustified. So they look for reasons to justify it, right? Oh yeah, this is the picture of the Trump balloon, right? Or the Chinese balloon. Yeah, remember when that happened? That was funny. Anyways, yeah. Happy balloon hunting out there, guys. Watch the skies. Watch the skies for any you know, foreign agents, and keep your sniper rifle handy. Could a sniper rifle fire at 60,000 feet? I don't think so. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, and see you later.